If you're over 60, let me share something that might surprise you. The first thing you eat in the morning could be the deciding factor in whether you continue walking with strength and stability, or whether your legs slowly lose the power to carry you through the day. Now, I'm not talking about some expensive supplement, magic powder, or exotic superfood shipped from halfway around the world. I'm talking about the real, everyday foods sitting in your kitchen right now. The ones that, when eaten in the right way and at the right time, can keep your legs strong, flexible, and reliable for years longer than you might expect. Here's the hard truth. As we get older, especially after hitting that milestone of 60, our legs become more vulnerable than ever. You might not feel the change immediately. There's no loud alarm that goes off the day your muscles start shrinking. It's subtle, so subtle that most people chalk it up to just getting older. You might notice it when you get out of a chair and your legs feel heavier than they used to, or when your morning walk feels a little slower, or when climbing stairs leaves you more winded than it did last year. But here's the good news. Muscle loss after 60 isn't an unstoppable force. Yes, aging plays a role, but the biggest driver isn't the birthday candles on your cake. It's the habits you repeat every single day, especially in those first waking hours. And that means you have far more control than you think. Imagine your morning like a fork in the road. One path is the slow decline route: coffee on an empty stomach, a piece of white toast, or skipping breakfast entirely. Over months and years, that choice chips away at your leg strength, balance, and independence. The other path is the rebuild and protect route, giving your muscles exactly what they need to repair and grow, right when they're primed to use it. Take that path, and you're not just preventing loss. You're reclaiming strength you thought was gone forever. I've seen it firsthand. Patients in their 70s and 80s who could barely walk across a room without a cane, regaining their stride. People plagued by nighttime leg cramps, finally sleeping peacefully again. Seniors who stopped fearing stairs because their knees and hips felt stable. And all of it started with what they did in the first 60 minutes after waking. So let's dive in. I'm going to show you 5 specific foods, simple, accessible, and backed by science, that can help protect your leg muscles, improve circulation, keep your balance steady, and even slow the muscle aging clock by up to a decade. Along the way, I'll also give you 5 quick morning habits that, when combined with these foods, make the results even more powerful. And I promise, no fad diets, no unrealistic routines, just small, smart choices that add up to a big difference. When you sleep, your body enters what's called a fasted state. That's just a fancy way of saying you've gone 7 to 9 hours without any food or drink. Your body still needs energy to keep your heart beating, your brain firing, and your lungs breathing while you rest. But here's the kicker. After about 8 hours without fuel, your body starts looking inward for energy reserves. And in older adults, the first place it often turns is muscle tissue. Think about that for a second. You worked hard all your life to stay active. Maybe you walked daily, played sports in your younger years, or kept up with chores around the house. But if you're over 60, your body isn't as efficient at preserving muscle during a fast. Instead of burning mostly stored fat, it begins breaking down muscle fibers, especially the big calorie-burning muscles in your legs, to feed other vital systems. This process is called catabolism, and it's one of the most sneaky, silent threats to your mobility. You won't wake up one morning and say, "Wow, I lost 2 pounds of muscle last night." But over weeks and months, it adds up. The first signs might be subtle: a shorter stride, a little wobble when you first stand, or finding it harder to rise from a low couch. And here's where the mistake happens. Many people start their day in a way that makes the problem worse. They drink black coffee on an empty stomach, grab a quick sugary pastry, or skip breakfast entirely. These choices don't tell your body, "Hey, rebuild those muscles." They tell your body, "We're still in survival mode. Keep breaking things down." But the beautiful part is, you can flip that switch almost instantly. All it takes is eating the right kind of food in the first 30 to 60 minutes after you wake up. Food that signals your body, "We've got the nutrients, go ahead and repair." And that brings us to our first power breakfast food. You might have heard conflicting things about eggs over the years. First they were good for you, then they were bad, then they were okay again. But when it comes to protecting muscle, especially in your legs, whole eggs are hard to beat. Here's why. Eggs are rich in an amino acid called leucine. Leucine is like the on switch for muscle building. Your body can have plenty of protein available, but without leucine, it's like having a construction site with no foreman to get the workers moving. And as we age, we need more leucine to get the same muscle building response we had in our 20s. Whole eggs, yolks included, deliver leucine in a perfect package along with vitamin D, vitamin B12, choline, and iron. Those last three nutrients are critical for nerve function, balance, and healthy blood flow in your legs. Iron, in particular, supports circulation, which is why people low in iron often experience numbness, tingling, or cramping in their legs. I remember one patient, George, who was 74 when he came to see me. He'd been skipping breakfast for years just having coffee. His legs felt weak, and he often got cramps when gardening. I suggested he start with 2 boiled eggs each morning. In 8 weeks, his walking speed improved, and he could spend longer on his feet without discomfort. He didn't change anything else, just those eggs. How to eat them right: boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled in olive oil. Keep the yolks. Don't throw away the most nutrient-dense part, and skip pairing them with processed meats like bacon or sausage, which can add unhealthy sodium and fats that work against your goals. If eggs are your muscle construction crew, then oatmeal with chia seeds is the steady supply chain that keeps the project running smoothly. One of the biggest reasons older adults lose muscle is blood sugar instability. When your blood sugar spikes and then crashes, your body struggles to use the nutrients you eat for repair. Oatmeal steps in as a stabilizer. Oatmeal is rich in a type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber forms a gentle gel in your digestive system, slowing the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. That means no sharp spikes, no sudden crashes, just a steady release of energy that your muscles can use throughout the morning. It's not flashy, but it's exactly the kind of calm, sustained fuel your body needs to get the most out of its protein. Now sprinkle in chia seeds, and you've just upgraded your breakfast to a muscle-preserving powerhouse. Chia seeds are tiny, but they're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, potassium, and calcium. These nutrients are the wiring and plumbing of your muscle system. They help your muscles contract smoothly, prevent cramps, and keep nerve signals firing properly. One of the best things about chia seeds is how they expand in liquid, creating a gel-like texture. This not only keeps you feeling full longer, but also helps with hydration and nutrient absorption, two things many seniors unknowingly struggle with. Let me tell you about Elaine, a 78-year-old retired teacher who came to me complaining of nightly leg cramps. She had been starting her mornings with a sweetened granola bar, thinking it was a healthy choice. I had her switch to a small bowl of steel-cut oats topped with a tablespoon of chia seeds and a handful of blueberries. Within a week, her cramps were gone. She called it her magic bowl and wouldn't start the day without it. How to prepare it right: cook your oats in water or unsweetened plant-based milk. Once cooked, stir in a tablespoon of chia seeds and let them sit for a minute to soften. Top with berries for antioxidants, or if you need more potassium, add a few slices of banana. We'll talk more about bananas next. If you have diabetes or are watching your blood sugar, berries are the safer choice because they're lower in sugar. Bananas have gotten a bit of a bad rap in recent years. Some people worry they're too sugary, especially for older adults. But when used wisely, bananas can be one of your best allies for leg health. The main reason? Potassium. A single medium banana delivers about 400 milligrams of potassium, roughly 10% of what most adults need each day. Potassium is crucial for proper muscle contraction. Without enough, your muscles are more likely to cramp, twitch, or simply feel weak. It also plays a big role in keeping your fluid balance and nerve signals on track, two things that directly affect balance and coordination. The key with bananas is timing and pairing. Eating a banana on its own can cause a quick rise in blood sugar, especially if it's very ripe. But if you eat it alongside a protein or healthy fat, like slices stirred into oatmeal or paired with Greek yogurt, the protein slows down the sugar absorption, giving you steady energy and preventing crashes. One of my patients, Richard, age 81, struggled with mid-morning fatigue. We discovered he was eating a banana first thing every morning, all by itself. I suggested he pair half a banana with a cup of Greek yogurt instead. Within 2 weeks, he reported feeling more awake, and his legs didn't feel as heavy on his morning walks. Tip for sensitive blood sugar: choose a banana that's slightly underripe. The more green it has, the higher the resistant starch and the lower the sugar content. If oatmeal and bananas are about fueling your body, Greek yogurt is about feeding your muscles in a way that lasts for hours. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt is strained to remove extra liquid, which means it's thicker, creamier, and, most importantly, richer in protein. A single serving can contain up to 17 grams of high-quality protein, including a special type called casein. Casein digests slowly, dripping a steady supply of amino acids into your bloodstream throughout the morning. This is critical for older adults because our bodies aren't as quick to repair muscle as they once were. Casein acts like a time-release formula for muscle nutrition. Greek yogurt is also packed with leucine. Yes, that same amino acid found in eggs that acts like a start-building signal for muscle. Add in calcium and vitamin D, and you're looking at a food that supports not just muscle, but also bone density and balance, two things that matter more than ever after 60. And then there are the probiotics. These beneficial bacteria help with digestion, but their benefits go further. They improve nutrient absorption, which means your body gets more from the food you eat. They also help reduce inflammation, something that, if left unchecked, can lead to stiffer muscles and joints. One of my favorite success stories is Helen, a 72-year-old who told me she felt wobbly when climbing stairs. I suggested she swap her sugary breakfast cereal for plain Greek yogurt topped with chia seeds and berries. Within a month, she was bounding up her porch steps without holding the railing. "It's like my legs woke up," she said with a smile. How to make it work? Choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt to avoid added sugars. If you're lactose intolerant, look for lactose-free versions or try goat's milk yogurt, which many find easier to digest. Add chia seeds for extra magnesium, berries for antioxidants, and a pinch of cinnamon for blood sugar control. Now for a food you probably don't think of as a breakfast item, steamed sweet potato. It might sound unusual, but this humble root can be a game changer for your legs. Sweet potatoes are full of complex carbohydrates, which help restore muscle glycogen, the fuel your muscles need to function, without causing a sugar crash. They release energy slowly, which helps prevent that heavy, sluggish feeling in your legs after waking. The magic happens when you pair sweet potato with a sprinkle of unrefined mineral salt, like Celtic or Himalayan salt. Unlike regular table salt, these natural salts contain over 80 trace minerals, including magnesium, potassium, and calcium. These minerals are essential for muscle contraction, nerve signaling, and maintaining proper hydration inside muscle cells. I once worked with a man named Paul, age 76, who always felt stiff in the mornings. I had him try half a steamed sweet potato sprinkled with a pinch of pink Himalayan salt about 10 minutes after his morning water. Within 2 weeks, he noticed his legs felt warmer and more ready to move as soon as he stood up. How to do it? Steam a sweet potato the night before, reheat it in the morning, and add just a tiny pinch of mineral salt. Eat it alone as a pre-breakfast energizer or pair it with your main morning meal. At this point, we've covered 5 muscle-protecting foods that can set your legs up for strength, stability, and comfort all day long. But food is only half the story. The other half? The little things you do or don't do within minutes of waking. And that's exactly where we're heading next. 5 morning habits that supercharge leg strength. Now that you know what to put on your plate, let's talk about what to do with your body in those first few minutes after waking. These habits may seem small, but when combined with the right breakfast, they can dramatically accelerate muscle repair, improve circulation, and keep your legs feeling strong well into your later years. 1. Rehydrate with warm water and mineral salt. After a night's sleep, your body's a little dehydrated. You've lost fluids through breathing, and your electrolyte levels have shifted. That's one reason your legs might feel heavy or tight in the morning. Before you eat or have coffee, drink about 8 ounces of warm water with a pinch, about 1/5 teaspoon, of Celtic or Himalayan salt. The warmth helps your stomach absorb it quickly, and the minerals restore balance in your muscle cells. I had a patient, Linda, who woke up every morning with stiff calves. She thought it was just age. I convinced her to try this simple habit for 1 week. By day 4, she called to tell me her legs felt looser and lighter before she even left the bedroom. 2. The 3-minute leg activation routine. You don't need a gym to wake up your leg muscles, just a safe spot near a chair or wall for support. Here's what to do. Stand tall, slowly lift one leg 2 to 4 inches off the ground, hold for 10 seconds, then switch legs. Repeat 5 times per side. This engages your hips, thighs, calves, and even your core muscles. It also wakes up the proprioceptors, tiny sensors in your joints and muscles that tell your brain where your body is in space. George, a 79-year-old client, did this every morning for 2 weeks. His balance improved so much that he stopped holding onto the railing every time he used the stairs. 3. Slow your rise from bed. Many falls happen within 30 seconds of waking. When you go from lying flat to standing too quickly, your blood pressure can drop, making you dizzy or unsteady. Instead, take 3 deep breaths before sitting up. Rotate your wrists and ankles for 30 seconds. Then when you stand, pause for a moment before walking. Margaret, age 82, used to get lightheaded almost every morning. After adopting this slow rise routine, she hasn't had a single dizzy spell in months. 4. Catch the morning sun. Just 5 to 10 minutes of morning sunlight can do wonders for your vitamin D levels. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, strengthens bones, and supports the muscles around your hips, knees, and ankles, critical for balance. No need to sunbathe, just sit by a sunny window or step outside with your morning tea. One of my clients, Nancy, started sipping her tea on the porch each morning. Within a few weeks, she noticed her legs didn't tire as quickly on her daily walks. 5. Eat something small, quickly. If you're not ready for a full breakfast right after waking, have a small muscle snack to stop the overnight catabolic state. Half a boiled egg, a spoonful of Greek yogurt, or a slice of steamed sweet potato can be enough to flip your body into repair mode. This is especially important if you're prone to skipping breakfast. Even a bite or two makes a difference. With these 5 habits layered on top of your muscle-supporting breakfast, you've created a powerful morning ritual that protects your legs from weakness, improves circulation, and sets you up for a day of steady, confident movement. It's one thing to hear about foods and habits in theory. It's another to see them work in the lives of real people. People who were in the same place you might be right now. Let's talk about Elaine. She's 78, a retired teacher who had been waking up almost every night with leg cramps so severe they brought tears to her eyes. She'd start her mornings with a sugary granola bar and black coffee, thinking it was light and healthy. I suggested a switch: steel-cut oats cooked in water, a tablespoon of chia seeds stirred in, and a handful of blueberries on top. Within a week, the cramps stopped. She told me she started looking forward to her mornings again, not because she loves oatmeal, though she admits she's come around to it, but because she's not dreading the pain anymore. Then there's George, 79, who had always been active, but noticed he was gripping the railing more on his porch stairs. We didn't overhaul his entire diet. Instead, we added 2 boiled eggs to his breakfast and introduced the 3-minute leg activation routine each morning. After 8 weeks, he walked up those stairs without touching the railing, not because he forced himself to, but because he felt steady enough to trust his legs. Helen, 72, felt wobbly on stairs and had trouble carrying groceries from her car. She swapped her cereal for plain Greek yogurt with chia seeds and berries, added a pinch of mineral salt to her warm water in the morning, and started taking in 10 minutes of sunlight while sipping tea. Within a month, she noticed her legs didn't tire as quickly, and she could carry 2 bags at once again. And finally, Paul, 76, who always woke up feeling stiff. He started eating half a steamed sweet potato with a pinch of Himalayan salt 10 minutes after waking. That small change warmed his legs and made his first steps of the day feel smoother. I didn't realize how much better I could feel, he said, building your complete morning routine. Here's how you can pull it all together into one smooth, realistic plan that fits into everyday life. Step 1. Rehydrate first thing. Within minutes of waking, drink a glass of warm water with a pinch of mineral salt. This sets the stage for better circulation, nerve signaling, and muscle readiness. Step 2. Gently activate your legs. Do the 3-minute leg lift routine near a wall or chair. Your goal isn't to break a sweat, it's to wake up your muscles and balance systems. Step 3. Rise slowly and safely. Before walking away from your bed, take a moment to breathe, rotate your joints, and stand with intention. This prevents dizziness and ensures your first steps are stable. Step 4. Catch the morning sun. Step outside or sit by a bright window for 5 to 10 minutes. You'll feel more alert, and your muscles and bones will thank you for the vitamin D boost. Step 5. Eat your muscle-supporting breakfast. Choose at least one of the 5 foods we talked about: eggs, oatmeal plus chia, banana with protein, Greek yogurt, or steamed sweet potato with mineral salt. Rotate them through the week to keep it interesting. If you're not ready for a full meal, have a small muscle snack to stop overnight breakdown. This whole process takes less than 30 minutes, and the payoff is huge. Better leg strength, more confidence in your balance, fewer cramps, and more energy for the day ahead. Every morning you stand at a crossroads. You can choose the path that quietly erodes your strength: coffee on an empty stomach, skipped meals, rushing into the day without a thought for your body, or you can choose the path that fuels, repairs, and protects the muscles that carry you through life. This isn't about perfection. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Start with one thing, maybe just the warm salt water, or maybe add an egg to your morning. Once that feels natural, layer in another habit. Consistency is the real secret here. And remember, the difference between legs that feel heavy and legs that feel ready isn't luck. And it's not just genetics. It's about giving your body what it needs when it needs it. For most people over 60, that critical moment is the first hour of the morning. Your legs have carried you through decades of living. They've taken you to work, held you up through joy and sorrow, and brought you to where you are right now. Treat them well, and they'll keep carrying you forward for many more years. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, ask yourself, what will I choose today?